Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. TACT, the Actors Company Theater, continues their 21st season, presenting the first New York revival of Christopher Durang's hilarious 1982 play Beyond Therapy, directed by Scott Allen Evans. And we're here on opening night at the Beckett to celebrate with the company. It's opening night of Beyond Therapy. Scott, how do you feel tonight?
I feel fantastic. It's a wonderful play. It's so exciting to have Chris Durang here with us, and we have a really amazing cast. It's been quite a joyous experience, actually.
How did you come up to choose this play for your second show of the season?
TACT does unearth plays that, for whatever reason, haven't been seen in New York in a significant period of time. And we were shocked, actually, when we discovered that this play hadn't been professionally produced in New York City since its Broadway production in 1983. So we jumped on it and were thrilled when we were given permission to do it. It's, I think it's an incredibly timeless play. It's all about people just trying to connect. And what I found so interesting was, back in the 80s, people were on putting ads in newspapers, and now it's all internet dating, and that is so available to everyone, and everyone knows about it. And it was, I thought the parallels were fantastic and really made it very contemporary.
Yeah. Was this a play you knew well before starting this?
No, not at all. I had never read it. Yeah, and I didn't really know Durang too well before I read this play. So, but I'm a big fan now. Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about being a TACT member. This is a big year for TACT. How many years have you been a member?
I've been a member since 2006, and I'm really happy for TACT because I think they've just been doing great work. And it's great to be in a company and to have that resource and to have that kind of stability backing you throughout your career. So, we go away and then we come back to TACT, and then we go away and we come back, and it's kind of awesome.
I feel great. I was a little scary because, Chris was here and everything, but it was really fun. And it was so rare that you actually get to do play for the playwright himself. It's only happened to me maybe once before, David Ives. But it's been really wonderful, and I love these people so much, and it's just incredible to be on stage with them,
Talk about the play itself, what you love about Durang. Had you done Durang before?
Not since college. I did The Marriage of Bet and Boo in college, totally not the right age, but whatever. What I love about Durang, and this play especially, is that he gets the real essence of the ugliness of humanity, and also what we need. The need in these plays is so deep that it's scary and feels kind of ugly and real to me sometimes, which is the thing I love about it. But it also has this lift that's it has this little sort of bounce to it that allows it to be a lot of different things at once, which I think is pretty remarkable.
So Tony, what did you think tonight?
I loved it, and it was like reacquainting myself with an old friend, because it was very successful in Australia many years ago when it first opened. There was a very good production of it out there, and it was a huge hit, and I remember going out and buying the script and studying the script, and it all came back to me tonight. I loved it.
So here we are tonight at Beyond Therapy. What did you think tonight?
I loved it. I had a great time. I really, really loved it.
Did you know the play well?
Well, I did a scene from it when I was a freshman in college, but I had never read the play, and so it was really hysterical tonight to watch this play and to laugh my head off and say, "What was I thinking? What was I thinking?"
It was that first scene, right?
Yeah, it was the very first scene when the two lovers meet in the restaurant.
Because one of the actors said the same thing. They said everyone had done that scene, in scene class and in college.
Dude, in scene class, and everyone does Beyond Therapy and the monologues and all this stuff, and you do it. But, I was a dumb freshman. I'd never read it.
You didn't realize there was a whole other play behind those scenes, right?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I didn't.
So what do you think of coming to TACT, the kind of shows they do?
Well, I saw Lost in Yonkers here last year, and I was blown away. And I've seen probably 5 or 6 shows since. I love TACT, and I think the theater's great, and really focused on truth and honesty and naturalism, which is so important in today's theater, I think. I love TACT. I really, really do.
I loved it so much because I had never seen it before, And I know that it has, Chris Durang is a wonderful writer, of course, one of our best playwrights. And, so to see it tonight in such a good production, I love the set, the casting, everything about it was just, first rate. So I felt and there was another excitement with Chris in the room, as it were. And it was really wonderful. And even though it was written with all the reference to that time, that back then, things that certainly I related to growing up in New York with the disco age. But, like all of his plays, there's a fundamental core that is so human and touching. And I'm always very moved by, even the most farcical piece, because he always grounds it with that very touching empathy to our human condition.
What do you love about the play? Did you know the play well?
It's one of those plays that, growing up, everyone seemed to be doing it in college, and that first scene of his is fairly famous, I think, on college campuses. But I'd never seen a full production, and I never had certainly been in one, so it's kind of a blast to do it.
And working with his cast.
This is a very sweet cast. It's exceptionally kind, very funny, very supportive group, and we don't always get that. So it's been a real pleasure in that sense, actually. Yeah.
And working with TACT.
I love Chris Durang's plays, and this play in particular, I find it has such heart, because all of the characters in his plays are so hungry. Their wants are so strong, and they're so optimistic. Like, the craziest things happen to them, the worst things happen to them, and they take it all in and they say, okay, but maybe something good will happen now. Which is what I love about them, is they're relentlessly hopeful, I think. And I think of this play as being extremely funny and very hopeful.
So talk about this fun role that you get to play in this show.
Gosh, wow. I will say it's like the most perfectly positioned entrance probably ever. It's just one of those fabulous entrances. I don't know. He's a really weird, sort of elusive character, I think, right? And I think Chris gives you just a couple key pieces of information. And my process with this has really been trying to just sort of get out of the way as much as possible and just kind of let Andrew's lines just kind of fall out a little bit, And that's really just trying to get out of the way because the writing is so funny,
I'm very excited, especially because Chris was here tonight, and this is my 6th Chris Durang play. So I was very thrilled to be asked to do this role.
So you have a history with him.
Yeah. I was a replacement in Sister Mary and the Actor's Nightmare back in the day, and we ran for a very long time. Then I was with the Boston Company too, and I did Baby with the Bathwater and Bet and Boo and Sex and Longing on Broadway, and now this. We've got a long history.
Oh, it was unusual to see a play from so long ago. Yes, I enjoyed it, but. It's so long ago, 1981 and 82, it was done in New York.
I saw the original. I didn't see it when it was off Broadway. Take me back to the history of the first production. Was it directed by Jerry Zaks?
The first one was directed by Jerry Zaks, and it starred Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Collins and Kate McGregor-Stewart and Jack Gilpin. And then the Broadway one, Jerry wasn't available, but and neither was Sigourney, but Diane Wiest and John Lithgow, and again Kate McGregor-Stewart and Jack Gilpin. Oh, and young David Hyde Pierce was the waiter. And I must say, watching the waiter today, who was very tall, and I flashed back to David, who had just come out of Yale University, not the drama school, but so he was just out of college, and we cast him with one audition.